going to be about mermaid theme birthday parties. So my daughter's getting ready to have a birthday party. By the time y'all see this, I've already had it, but I am going to attempt to make my own birthday cake, and this is going to be simple. Just if I can do it, you guys can do it. So hopefully you guys grab some motivation on whatever theme you're going to have, but this one's going to be mermaid. She wanted a chocolate and white or vanilla cake, so I took and got some Betty Crocker, and I'm going to mix these two together. I got some stuff to decorate the cake with, so I'm taking you guys along for the journey, along with all the decorations that I got. Most of it came from Walmart, Dollar Tree, Dollar General, just some simple throw together stuff for her mermaid theme. So I'm going to take you guys along. So let's get into making the cake, and then we're going to do the decorations. Okay, so let's get into it. I'm just a regular mom with regular toddlers. This isn't a professional made cake. I'm just going to put that out there before you guys get into these videos. So all I did is she wanted a marble chocolate and vanilla cake. So I went to the store and bought the Betty Crocker chocolate and vanilla and just followed the simple instructions on the back. Some oil, 3 eggs, and a little bit of water, or you could replace that with milk. And all I'm doing is just mixing up these two ingredients, one chocolate and one vanilla, in separate pans, and later on you'll see how I mix these to put them together.
Sundown and salty cheese. It's not a cute look getting kicked out of the bar when you're no longer 19. Still acting like a child, feeling like nobody gets it. I always start these fights, don't hate my guts right now, 'cause I'm still figuring it out. You're the silver lining when I can't seem to find
So all I did was add the vanilla to one side and the chocolate to the other. In the beginning, you'll see me, I tried to use like one of those wooden skewer sticks, but it didn't work out so well. So all I'm doing is using my little mini spatula to combine the vanilla and the chocolate together. And you'll see me do that here in just in a second. After I got all of the chocolate in there, I started to swirl the vanilla and the chocolate together so it would give that marble effect for when I cut into the cake after it's iced and stuff, so that it would look like a pretty design inside the middle of the cake. Then look how pretty these turned out. And all I did was just follow the instructions and put them in the oven for 30 minutes on 350. And I had to make two because I wanted this to be a two-tiered cake. So you'll see me put two of them on there. So that's what I did to get the marble effect. Yes, my kitchen is dirty. Y'all just look past that. I've been baking all day, and I'm going to slide this clip in here, and then I'm going to show you guys how to make the buttercream. After this is cooked, it didn't turn out the way I wanted it to. This is the first one. See how the chocolate and the vanilla was on the outside. So this one's going to be the bottom layer. Like I said, this is everyday mom life, and all I did was trim the edges up and skew the top, and then we're getting started on the buttercream. And for the buttercream, all I did was use 2 blocks of cream cheese and 1 block of butter, but I'm doubling this recipe, so I actually used 4 blocks of cream cheese and 2 blocks of butter. If you want a more cream cheese texture, that's the recipe for cream cheese icing. And I just added maybe about 1.5 cups of sugar because I didn't want this to be way too overly sweet. And then, dump it all over the counter because this is real life. So try not to do what I just did. Try to get it exact. So all I did was just take some of this cup of sugar out. And that's your buttercream. And then I'm going to show you guys where I added just a little drop of purple food color icing to this to make the icing super white. I'm going to link what I used down below because I've had trouble finding these gel colors. See that color right there in the store, so I had to go on Amazon and find those, and I'm just adding a little bit of purple to this. So quick tip, if you want to take the yellow out of your icing, put a little bit of purple in there and it'll make it crisp and white. And all I did was mix those together, added the rest of that powdered sugar, so we're at 4 cream cheeses, 2 sticks of butter, and 1.5 cups of powdered sugar. And I added just a little bit of warm water to this because my cream cheese wasn't fully melted, and I needed it to be just a little bit more runny to come through the piping bags. After I've got all of my colors and stuff together, all I did was put them inside of my piping bags and let them set in the refrigerator overnight until I got ready to ice the rest of the cake the next morning. Okay, so here's the next morning. Even though it drove me crazy to let my toddler help me pipe this icing out on this cake, I let her do it because it is a motor skill that is a necessity, I think, to learn, and it's super fun to do with your kids. So she did the bottom layer, and of course I helped her, just help guide along the way. So if you guys are looking and y'all are doing this at home anyway, and you're not like catering to a bunch of people, this is going to be just for my family anyway. So I let her pipe the different colors on here, and then I went back through later on and just filled in the places she might have missed. But it was a fun little project. She loved the idea of doing her own cake. So we made sure that our hands were clean and we were just going to town on piping this cake. It was so much fun. Even though my anxiety level was through the roof, I still let her do it. So here I am, I'm just going back through and I'm fixing those little spots that she may have missed, because of course this is going to be in the middle, nobody's going to see it, and it was a fun little project for me and my little girl. So here is the second top layer. I'm showing you guys what it looked like before I cut into it, because I cut the top and the sides of it off just to make everything, you know, coherent. This one turned out so much better. I decided to add in my flaws in this video. Most people don't, but you know, this is real mom life. This is what I go through on a daily basis whenever you're trying to do something extra special for your kids. So the next morning, all I did was pipe out, well, I had blue icing and I just wanted to smear it across the top to get my first base layer. And this is called a naked cake. I saw this on Pinterest and thought it was really cute and simple to make, but let me tell you, when I started making all the colors for the icing, I had like 8 different colors in my refrigerator, refrigerating overnight. But basically what it is you cover the top and the middle with buttercream icing or cream cheese icing, whichever you prefer, and you leave the sides of it naked so that the cake shows through. So I think this would have been really pretty with the strawberry cake, but she wanted chocolate. So this is how it turned out. And all I'm doing is adding the blue icing to the top, and then anything I might have missed, I'm adding this mermaid tail to it and just adding a bunch of different colors. I'm not a professional baker, but I did try my best to make the best mermaid party ever that she could ever have. And just give yourself some grace, give yourself some time if you're going to do this on your own. Now everything is going to be perfect, and don't worry, because your kids won't remember the cake, but they will remember the time you spent with them and all of the little details you put on making their special cake, especially if they help you make it. I just think it's such a great motor skill to have. So moving on to the snacks for the kids, I went and got these King Hawaiian breads, and all I'm going to do is cut them in half and make little sandwiches for finger sandwiches. I'm going to have some chips, and the rest of the family is bringing a few little other things, but all I do is split them down the middle. This is one of the kids' favorite every time I make these. And I did half turkey and half ham and half with Swiss cheese and half with Colby Jack. And all I do is split them down the middle, take the tops off. And this would be a great little trick to have whenever you have something that you want to make overnight. So I let these marinate in the fridge overnight. And the next morning, all I did was pull them out, put them in the oven, 350 for about 10 minutes, just so much that the cheese melts. And then on the way I was going, I had them wrapped in aluminum foil. They stayed warm all the way to the party destination. So that was a good tip. And there's the ham. So all I'm going to add is half ham, half turkey, Swiss cheese, and Colby Jack. And remember, just heat these up right before you get ready to go to your party. And then on to the marinade that I use for the topping on this. This one was 24 packs, so I had to use 2 sticks of butter in this. And then I'm going to show you guys the seasonings that I put on top of these little slider sandwiches is what I call them. So this called for 2 sticks of butter, and all I'm going to do is add poppy seeds, about a tablespoon of those, a tablespoon and a half of onion powder, a tablespoon and a half of garlic powder, and a tablespoon of Italian seasoning. I feel like this adds just a whole lot more flavor to your sandwich instead of just plain Jane ham and cheese sandwiches. I've seen this recipe on here before, but not quite. This is my perfect concoction for adding the perfect amount of taste to your sliders. So I highly recommend just adding this on right before you get ready to stick them in the oven, or if you let them marinate overnight. I've never done that. It might make your bread a little bit soggy. I would just highly recommend doing this right before you stick them into the oven, and then they'll be tasteful, yummy, and I love this recipe. And they're called ham and Swiss sliders with garlic and poppy seeds. And here in the second, whenever you start to see me pour this over top of here, when I'm taking that forward, watch, because your poppy seeds will go straight to the bottom. So just make sure you add those poppy seeds to the tops of your sandwiches. I just think it makes them look more elegant and more appetizing to the eye, and it's just for color. And you just wrap these up in aluminum foil, stick them in the fridge, and let them set overnight. Overall, I'm going to show you guys, she had a wonderful birthday party. I loved how the mermaid, even though it's not professional, it's not exactly perfect. I love how the cake turned out. She's turning 6. I think that her party was a super hit bash. Everyone loved the sandwiches. So if you guys want to grab some tips and tricks for a mermaid themed party, or add some of these sandwiches or cakes and make it your own, you're more than welcome. I will see you guys next time. Hit that subscribe button and the bell notification so that you guys can be notified when I am live next. I will see you this Friday. See y'all.